Hey tappers. First, let's take a moment to acknowledge the new hair. Okay, moving on. Today, I want to talk to you about a hack that I use that I don't normally perform in front of other people, but I want you to know about it. So lucky you. This hack is taking a piece of what is called the 9 gamut. Now, if you don't know what the 9 gamut is, I'll give you a really quick rundown. It is one of the clinically studied and proven techniques of clinical EFT that is a 9-step process, hence the 9 gamut, to be able to release immediate intensity. It's helpful in situations where you're crying so hard you can't breathe or you can't talk anymore. If you're dissociated and you're like, well, I really want to let the sadness out, I can feel it, but I can't get to it. It allows you to have a very intense connection quickly. Now, we're only stealing one bit of this, so not the whole 9 steps. This is something that you can use if what you're trying in a normal setting with a setup statement isn't working, but you still need that movement in a fairly quick pace. An example of where I've used this recently myself was I was on my way to an appointment. It was a fair distance away. I had given myself more than double the time that I needed, but it still wasn't enough. I was watching my time on my clock creep up, and I had enough distance before I got to the appointment that I was getting really nervous about me being there on time. And it was really important for me to be there on time. Having anxiety in that situation, especially when I'm driving, not an ideal combination. So I started to tap. It's okay to let this go right now. Just focus on what you're doing. You're getting there as fast as you can. And it wasn't working. My body was like, no, we're panicking about this. It is in our way. And we are distracted by it. So I pulled out this technique instead. So if you are saying something that you want to take effect and your brain won't listen to it because it's too much in a triggered state, it will engage with music. There are a few reasons for this. One, you're introducing a new concept, whereas the words, not so much. Your brain is going to go, I'm not listening to you. I've heard this garble before. But if you start singing it, then your brain is going, oh, well, I've never heard it this way. Hold on, let me analyze this. And secondly, something that's been beautifully proven in a clinical setting is that the brain will always choose to be affected when it is approached with art, with something that moves you emotionally that is artful. It never dismisses that as something to not integrate into the moment. Now, you may not enjoy singing and you may feel like you're tone deaf. That doesn't matter. Your skill in this isn't important. What is important is you're introducing the information in a different way than your brain is used to. And if you're really, truly against singing, what you could try instead, and this isn't one of the 9 gamut steps, you could try reversing some of the words and seeing if your brain will pay attention then because you're saying it in a different manner, okay? But give the singing part a try unless you just absolutely refuse. So this, in my circumstance, is what I did. You don't have to worry, it's gonna be all right. You don't have to worry, it's gonna be all right. Oh, I don't have to worry. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. I don't have to worry. You get the idea. And what that did is it did allow me to move into a different headspace. It allowed me to have a little bit of fun with it, which was challenging to my state of anxiety. So my brain was going, well, wait, hold on. Which one is it? Are we having fun or are we anxious? And what I was able to do is start to unwind some of that, even though my situation was still stressful and I was still very aware of my countdown that was happening. It did allow me to have an alleviation of the intensity I was feeling, and it stopped it from increasing. So give it a try. Let me know if it works for you, and I'll see you soon.